This is a 7-foot tall Halloween animatronic. And this is a real-life Jackie animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. So let's turn this guy into Jackie. First, I gotta pop the head off of the animatronic, that way we can get to sculpting. Nice and easy. Luckily, the animatronic's facial features and structure somewhat resembles what Jackie's face looks like, but there is still some work to be done. That's why I have a sander and some foam to really sculpt this head together. So the sanding didn't do as much as I hoped it would, but it will make it easier to apply the foam clay. So the cheekbones and the eye width are like spot on to what Jackie looks like, but the animatronic's jawline is way too sharp. And of course, I need to get rid of all the ridges and wrinkles and bumps that this animatronic has. So here's where I'm at right now. I got the bottom portion of the head done. Well, almost. I'm gonna wait till the foam is done drying and then I'm gonna carve the mouth just because this foam tends to expand a little bit. So the next part is to work on the very top of the head. But as you can see, the eyebrows and where the eyes are, they extrude a little bit out. And on Jackie, it's a little bit in. So I'm gonna need to find a way to cut these eyebrows off and indent it a little bit. To make sure it is flat, that way I can put the foam on there, I went ahead and added some duct tape to it so it'll act as like a base. I went ahead and sculpted a little bit more of the mouth, not cutting it, I still need to wait, but sculpting it just so I know where everything's at. I ran out of foam and this is how the head is looking so far. This is really the epitome of trust the process because it doesn't look like too much right now, but it will. Luckily, I am at the perfect stopping point because the only thing I need foam for is just for the eye sockets and a little bit around the outer edge of the head. I'm gonna let this dry and check back when I have more clay. It is the very next day and the foam on the head is done expanding, but it's not ready to paint yet. But I can go ahead and add some facial features to it. I cut out a stencil for the eye socket. I'll be using some EVA foam to put it inside the eye. And for the actual eyeball itself, I went to Target and got a mystery toy and it came with this white ball. And these are the perfect size for the eyes. So let's go ahead and give her some eyes. I've got both of the eye sockets cut out. Now all I have to do is glue it in there. To glue it, I'll be using some contact cement. It's been about 15 minutes and they should be dry, so I'm gonna put them on. I got the eye sockets on there and I went ahead and added some foam around the edges just to seal it up. The next step, I need to outline and cut where the eyeball needs to be, and then I'll shove the ball in there. I got the plastic eyes onto the head. I used the rest of the foam that I had to make the nose. I'm not gonna put the nose on there yet because I need to spray paint it separately. So now all I have to do is wait about 1 to 2 days and then I can actually spray paint. It's been about a day and a half and the foam is done drying. I also went ahead and added a layer of wood putty to it just to seal in any of those cracks to make it smoother. The very next step is to add some Plasti Dip to her, and that'll also act as the white spray paint. Plasti Dip on the head is completely done drying, so now it's time to paint the facial features. I just realized this is the equivalent of giving her lipstick. We're gonna make her look pretty. Oh, I'm too short for this. Both the eyebrows and the lips are done, and that's it for the red. Next, I'll be doing the eyes. Bam! Just got done with the paint. Now that the painting part is done, I gotta move on to the other facial features. So I went ahead and sculpted some teeth, both the top and the bottom rows. Pretty simple process, just molded some foam clay. So now I just have to glue him in his mouth. Just got the teeth on there. It's already looking pretty scary. I just peed my pants. For the hair, I had this pretty genius idea that I would take a red knitted sweater and use this for the hair and the braids. So what I plan to do is use the chest piece of the shirt as the hair that's on the back of the head, and then trim each sleeve into 3 sections and braid them. I plan on putting some cotton and wire into each strand. That way I can pose it easier. So I bought this from a thrift store and they did not wash it. I can smell the pit stain. I'm dying. Ooh, that was stinky. I got the sweater cut up into 3 sections on each sleeve. It is looking like, not a spider because they have 8 legs, so an insect. I also went and cut some armature wire that I'm gonna be sticking into each sleeve. And I got a big old bag of cotton that I'll be stuffing in. To seal each of the strands, I have a hot glue gun. That's the best I can do. I got one side of the hair done, and I won't bore you with the other side, so next time you see me, both sides are done. Check it. I got all of the arms. It literally looks like a bug. I could wear this and look like an ant or something like that. Now the fun part, I gotta braid them. The braiding is done and it is looking really good. But now I gotta find a way to put this on her head just to show you what it looks like, and look at the size comparison. Oh my gosh, I look small. It should look something like this. It is hard to see from the camera, but it should look like something like this. And of course the hat's gonna be on top. So I went ahead and stuck some metal rods in the braids, and I plan on drilling a hole on each side of the head and stick the rods in there. That way it supports the braids. That actually worked surprisingly well, so yay. Next, I just have to glue on the rest of the material, that way I can cover her bald spot. Got the hair on her, and I am terrified. I finished making the hat. It was super easy. All I did was took some EVA foam and cut it and glued it into a cone shape. After that, I used some yellow puffballs and glued one on the very top of the cone. Then to make the rim around the cone, I used some yellow ribbon and glued each end together to make this like accordion effect. And that took a long time, like a really long time. After that was done, I hand drew all of the diamonds onto the hat, and then also took a really long time. But the hat is complete and is ready to be put on Jackie. All right. Whoa, crap. Felt like putting the star on a Christmas tree, This thing is huge. I'm gonna make sure to glue the hat onto the head just so that when the head rotates, it doesn't fall off. Now there's only 2.5 things I need to do to the head. First, I have to put the nose on there, but that is drying. Second, I need to put the red eyelashes on his eyes. I have those drying as well. And 2.5ly, I need to add the gold bands around the hair instead of having the black tape. So I'll check back when I'm on the next step. It's the very next day and the Plasti Dip on the nose and the eyelashes are dry. So I'm gonna take some red spray paint and spray paint both of them red. So it's been a while and the paint on the nose and the eyelashes are done drying. So now it is time to glue them onto the face. And just like that, the entire head is finished. The head was definitely the hardest part of the project, and now that that's done, the rest is easy. I beheaded Jackie. That's because I need to add the torso. So I had two options. I can either use EVA foam to make the shirt or use an actual shirt. And I'm going with the actual shirt. I think it'll look a little better. Let's see if I can put the shirt on. I bought her an extra large. I hope that fits. All right, we got one sleeve on. That actually works surprisingly well, and it looks a little creepy without a head on, but it does work. I need to cut the white sleeves off because I actually have something planned for the orange sleeves. It's gonna be really cool. The sleeves are cut, but I still need to make some changes to it. Jackie's shirt in the game has layered patterns on the shirt, so just like Edwin, I'm gonna recycle. So I'm gonna reuse the sleeves and hot glue it onto the shirt in the pattern that Jackie has in the game. Boom, both the layers are on there. It looks pretty weird right now, but just trust the process. She's got a blue belt that loops around it, and it also kind of tucks the shirt in. So I bought some blue linen and I cut it into a strip. All I'm gonna do is just wrap it around her body, and it closes in the torso and makes that rounded shape to it. So Jackie has 3 red puffballs that go down the shirt. So I need to find some puffballs. What's that behind your ear? 3 puffballs, thank you. Now I need to make her big bow tie. I thought a red velvet bow would look really cool on her, so I bought some red velvet fabric. I don't know how to tie a bow all that well, so I'm gonna have to figure it out as I go. Luckily, I have 1.5 yards of this. Now this is a nice bow tie. Now I gotta put it on her. Transition. That was pretty cool. So Jackie's shirt also has these rigid sleeves, but before I do that, I wanna put on the arms. So for the sleeves, I got this orange ventilation thing, and as you can see, it stretches just like Jackie's arm. It's got this really cool accordion effect, and I think it's gonna work perfect for her arms. I got the arms cut out, and I'm feeling like a inflatable tube man at a car dealership. Look at that. This is fun. I just got done putting both of the orange arms onto Jackie. I zip tied them into place and that seemed to work really good. So Jackie has like these white ruffled sleeves over the arms. So I went ahead and cut out 2 sheets of EVA foam that will act as the sleeves. To give it the wavy effect, I'm gonna go use a heat gun and just manually wave it. So the foam was a bad idea. It just didn't go with the shirt and it was really hard to get on her, but I found a better way to make the sleeve. I used another white shirt to make this. Let me show you guys how I made this. Firstly, I got another shirt. I found that it's actually the perfect length for the sleeve. So I'm gonna cut about 6 inches wide. Now that the wire is added so it can bend, I need to add some red ribbon as the trim. Now that the red ribbon is on there, I just have to bend the red ribbon side in that wavy curvature way, just like that. Both the sleeves are done, and I also added some ribbon right here. That way it covers up the seam. Now there's only 2 more things I have to do with this project. One of them is I need to build the hands, and the last one is the big box that she comes out of. I think I'm gonna build the box before the hands. That way I know where the hands are gonna be positioned on the box. So let's go on to the next step. So I got a bunch of these trifold project boards, and I gotta connect them all together. I got the box surrounding Jackie. Before I spray paint, I'm gonna duct tape them together. Bah! I taped the box together. That looks so creepy with Jackie behind me, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna go take this outside and spray paint the outside, this navy blue, and the inside is gonna be like black. So the box is done drying and the blue turned out really good. In the game, the box has like a gold border with some gold decaling. So I'm gonna use some gold duct tape to make it. So I got the gold duct tape border all around the box. But for the more intricate pieces on the front, I'm gonna go and use my Cricut machine. So I'm gonna mock up a design to print out onto here and then just slap it on the box. Here is a decal, it turned out perfectly. So now I'm gonna put it onto here, make another one, put it onto here, and so on. And just like that, the box is pretty much done. I absolutely love how the decals came out. I'm so glad I did it instead of trying to hand do it. It makes it a lot cleaner. I'm gonna see if I can put the box over Jackie really quick. Oh my gosh, that was hard. The box is on Jackie, which means that the final part is the hands. For the fingers, I will be using these 2" by 12" foam rods. This set will make a full set of fingers for one hand, and there are 2 segments per finger, and each segment will be 3 inches long, so this is just enough for it. On 4 of these segments, I'm gonna take an X-Acto blade and trim off a little bit of the top just to make it smoother. For this next step, my mom actually came up with this idea, so I want you guys to comment, thanks Mama JD. And that is to use some latex balloons and cover it over the fingertips. I bought these metallic blue balloons and they got enough stretch to stretch over the fingertips. I'll also be adding little bits of cotton on top just to make it a little bit more round. I've got all the fingers connected, but I am gonna go back and just hot glue the wires into the foam just to make sure they are secure. Now I need to put these onto an actual hand, and to make the hand, I'll be using some EVA foam. So I went ahead and cut out a stencil of what I want the hand to look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace it twice so I get 2 of them. Now I need to cut out about a 2.5 wide strip of EVA foam to go around it to connect them together. I need to make it hollow, that way it's as light as possible for the arm. To connect the 3 pieces together, I'm going to use some contact cement. I've got the main hand part all glued together, so now I have to put the fingers on there. Now obviously this is really spread out and flimsy, it's not really looking like a hand, so I need to glue it to position it correctly. Although the main hand part is done, I can't put it on yet. I have to make the wrist or the nub that she has, and to do that, I am gonna use this foam dome and put some of that blue fabric on it. Now that the blue fabric is on here, I need to do the same method like I did with the hat and the yellow ribbon. So I gotta turn this into that like accordion pattern I did. It took a while, but the ribbon is done. I need to wrap it around about the midway point of this dome. I'm gonna use the same thing that I used for the eye, the little toy capsule ball, and that's gonna act as the joint that holds the hand onto this dome thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie offered me some ice cream, so you know I had to get it. But the hand is done. Now I have to make another one, do this process all over again, and then I gotta put them on Jackie. I have got both of the hands on, which only means one thing. This project is done. This is by far the biggest project I have ever made, and I am extremely happy with how she turned out. She's about 7 feet tall. She is huge. I even went and added a speaker so I can play some of her voice lines, like this. And this. I added a mixture of Mimic and Jackie. I think she sounds super cool. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This project turned out amazing and I'm so happy with it. It would really help if you guys liked and subscribed. I don't really ask that like ever, but because of the result, I think that calls for a like and sub. Anything you'd like to add, Jackie? Ah, bring it in, you.